Welcome. You're tuned into Tangled Threads. If you're digging our content, hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you. Looking back, I always found the idea of a perfect relationship a bit too storybook, something that didn't quite fit into the reality of everyday life. My name's Eliza, and I learned the hard way that even the relationships we idolize can unravel in the most unexpected ways. What I thought was my fairy tale turned into a drama-filled saga that no one, especially me, saw coming. Chris and I were the envy of our friends from our college days, the couple that seemed to have it all: love, chemistry, and a future everyone dreamed of. He was the kind of guy who made grand romantic gestures feel as natural as breathing, and I was the girl who thought she had won the love lottery. After a picturesque proposal that could have been ripped from the pages of a romance novel, we were on a direct path to saying "I do." That was until a blast from my past showed up and turned my world upside down. We had this grand wedding in the pipeline, set for next year. Venue booked, guest list sorted, even had the band lined up. I was over the moon, obsessing over every little detail. Chris? He was just happy if I was happy. Then, boom, plot twist. I decided to have a night out with the girls, to take a breather from all the wedding madness. Chris was cool with it. We were all about having our own lives outside the couple bubble. Cut to me, getting a blast from the past. Ran into Alex, my ex from the days when we both slaved away at this dingy gas station. It was a whole lifetime ago, but there he was, looking like every mistake I didn't know I wanted to make again. So, my phone's blowing up around midnight. It's Chris, and he's seen a pic. Yeah, a pic of me and Alex, not just cozy, but in a full-on kiss, courtesy of some mutual friend who loves drama. My heart's racing because, oops, did I mess up? But also, why's Chris spying on me? I get home, and Chris is all storm clouds and cold shoulders. He's like, "We need to talk," with that scary, calm voice. So, we sit, and he shows me the photo, looking like he's about to cry or scream. Maybe both. "Eliza, what's this?" he asks, his voice laced with a hurt I'd never heard before. And I'm there, trying to play it cool like, "Oh, that? It's nothing. Just ran into Alex, and we got chatting. Nostalgia, But Chris isn't having any of it. He's all, "Chatting? Eliza, you're kissing him. How is that nothing?" I could see the pain in his eyes, and part of me wanted to comfort him, to make it all go away. But another part of me was angry that he couldn't just trust me. "Chris, it was a mistake. A stupid, meaningless mistake. Can't we just move past this?" I tried to reason, but my voice sounded hollow even to my own ears. "Move past this? How can I trust anything you say now? You're out kissing your ex and I'm supposed to just get over it?" His voice rose, a mix of anger and disbelief. I had never seen him like this, so raw and vulnerable. It scared me, the intensity of his emotions, but I was too deep in my own mess to fully grasp the damage I had done. "Chris, please, I love you. It was a one-time thing. It meant nothing," I pleaded, reaching out to him, but he pulled away. "Eliza, love isn't just a word you can throw around to fix things. You broke us. How can I marry someone who does this?" His voice broke, and it was like I could see the moment his heart shattered. The room was thick with tension, our future hanging by a thread. I wanted to say something, anything to fix it, but the words wouldn't come. The damage was done. I think we need to call off the wedding," Chris finally said, his voice barely above a whisper. Hearing those words felt like a physical blow. I had never imagined it would come to this. The tears came then, hot and unrelenting, but they did nothing to change his mind. The next few weeks were a blur of canceled plans, returned gifts, and awkward explanations to friends and family. Bridget moved out, and suddenly, the future I'd envisioned was gone. Update. You won't believe what happened next. Just when I thought my life couldn't get any more like a reality show, it did. So, there I was, a few months after the whole breakup saga, deciding to hit the bar with some friends. I needed to feel like my old self again, before the whole mess with Chris. We chose this random bar downtown, nothing special, just a place with good vibes and strong drinks. The night was going great, laughter and shots, the perfect distraction. Then, as if scripted by fate, guess who walks in? Chris. Of all the bars in the city, he had to walk into mine. My heart did that weird flip-flop thing, and for a moment, I considered hiding. But then I thought, why should I? I was here first. So, I stayed put, watching him from across the room. He hadn't seen me yet, or if he had, he was playing it cool. The night dragged on, and the tension was like a thick fog around me. My friends were having a blast, oblivious to the drama unfolding. I kept stealing glances at Chris, wondering if he was doing the same. Finally, I decided it was time to leave. No good could come from staying, right? I said my goodbyes and headed for the door, my heart racing with every step. Just as I stepped out into the cool night air, freedom just a few steps away, I heard my name. Eliza? It was Chris, of course. He'd followed me out, and there was no escaping now. I turned, bracing myself for whatever came next. He looked different. There was a hesitancy in his eyes, a vulnerability I hadn't seen before. "Can we talk?" "Please," he asked, stopping a short distance away. Part of me wanted to laugh, to ask if he was serious. But then, I saw the genuine concern in his eyes, and I knew I had to hear him out. So, I nodded, and we moved to the side of the building, away from the curious eyes of the night crowd. "Eliza, I've been thinking about you. About us," Chris started, his voice shaky. "Seeing you tonight, it stirred up a lot. I don't know what I'm expecting to happen here, but I felt like I had to say something." My heart was pounding. Part of me had imagined this moment, rehearsed what I'd say, but now, faced with it, I was speechless. "Chris, I trailed off, unsure of where to start. "I know I can't just walk back into your life. After everything, I wouldn't even know where to begin. But seeing you tonight, I miss you, Eliza. I miss us," he confessed, looking down. The words hit me harder than I expected. There was a time when that's all I wanted to hear, but things had changed, hadn't they? "Chris, I don't know what to say. Part of me will always care about you, but after everything, I'm not sure we can just go back," I said, my voice barely above a whisper. He nodded, a sad understanding in his eyes. I guess I knew that, but I had to try, had to see if there was anything left to salvage. We stood there for a moment, the silence between us speaking volumes. It was clear that whatever we had was in the past, a chapter closed. "I hope you find happiness, Chris." "I really do," I said, finally breaking the silence. He smiled, a small, sad smile. "You too, Eliza. You deserve it." And with that, we parted ways. As I walked away, I felt a sense of closure. It was over, truly over this time. I was ready to move on, to face whatever came next. The past, with all its pain and lessons, was behind me, and I was free to write the next chapter of my life. Is this woman even real? I mean, seriously? What the fuck is going on? Anyways, let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. When you subscribe, be sure to click the notification bell. Click here for more Tangled threads.